Good morning and welcome to The Point. It is Friday, September 17th, 2021. Thank you to those of you joining us on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd, GBN TV channel 7, 11 and 20. Good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9 and the folks joining us on Party Grenada and Go to Fet Facebook pages. It is open phone line here on the program. This is an opportunity for viewers and listeners who may have comments, questions, queries, concerns on anything that they'd like to share. This is the opportunity to do so. The landline number 435-2041. WhatsApp number, it's also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. And you can post your comments, questions, queries, concerns on the GBN, Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page and the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel. Let's go to our first caller of the program. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm okay for the time being.
All right, go right ahead.
I want to find out something. Will there be announcement pertaining to if the next week will be the same as this week, like the Saturday and Sunday?
Oh, you mean no movement weekends?
Next week, will there be announcements made either like tomorrow or today or Sunday or so the people, the nation will know what's happening?
All right, understood. So far, I have not seen a notice of an impending announcement. Usually they send out at least a day before when the Prime Minister is to make a national address or so. However, there's cabinet sitting on Monday, God willing, post-cabinet briefing on Tuesday, so by then I'm sure some information would come out.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much. If and when I hear of anything pertaining to whether it be lockdowns or quote-unquote back to normal, I will definitely share it with our viewers and listeners. As of, you know what, let me make a quick pass on the GIS Facebook page, but as of 10 to, when I was last on the page, there was no announcement of anything like that. So just batten down this weekend and hopefully by Monday, God willing, we would hear what's to take place. There should I say that from 2 weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, there was an announcement of returning to the physical classroom as of the 20th, but as Minister Nicholas Steele said on Wednesday, that does not look possible considering we are still dealing with this wave, but hopefully an official announcement will be released over the weekend or so in relation to schools for our students, or even each school may announce to their staff and parents what would take place from Monday, God willing. But most likely it will continue to be virtual classes. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Citizen Welsh. Greetings. How are you?
Good morning, Citizen Rollo.
My name is John Rollo, common citizen, and I'm back, and I'm still John Rollo, Citizen Rollo.
I've missed you. Thank you for coming back.
There's so much to talk about. But I'll maintain one thing for this morning as we start in this new season, so to speak, outside of the Satan season. I want to refer a bit to the debacle that took place within the so-called Senate of this here country a couple of days ago. I heard a part of it. I was so disturbed. But it didn't worry me very much because I know where it started. What has brought it about, why in effect it has concretized over the years, where certain people of this here country believe that this country belongs to them and they can treat anybody else like shit, excuse me, but that is the word. Steele, the so-called, what is he really? The leader of government business in the Senate. Who appointed Steele inside the organized crime syndicate? He is there to serve the special interests of a group. He isn't there to serve the Grenadian people. So he discredits everything. You see, there is something that is crystal clear, established all over the world in history. When you speak truth to power, that stimulates resentment and disenchantment and so on, and they attack the speaker. The messenger instead of the message. It is because steel is an empty shell. One of the biggest emptiest shell inside that place. The most incompetent, inept, improvisionist is that so-called steel with the fancy Yorkshire accent, as if he believed that would make any difference to any one of us. That is why they can't face the facts. He talks about educating. What the hell does steel know? He's the least and most aristocratic, competent, inept individual inside it. And I am upset about the members as I round up here. These people who walked out of the parliament, they had any knowledge of what has been suffered in this parliament of this country from 1970s to that. They will never do something. Today you see, because in the so-called parliament, the weapon is words. You have to steady and fight them, challenge them down to the president, to tell them off that this country is not theirs. It's time that we give battle to these people because they don't care about us. They disrespect us, and that has to stop. And the parliament is the place. I urge you, young people, to go back in there next time and give them hell. If they disrespect you, disrespect them too, quote unquote, as it relates to what the true meaning of respect is. They hold the power because they have sequestered it, and it's time to team up and stop them. I will stop here for today, but I'll be back, citizens, when the time has come to give them hell. They have fouled up this country. They make a mock of everything in this here country, and this is where we are. We still have to take this nonsense from them? No way. Have a nice day, will you, Citizen Welch?
Thank you very much, Citizen. You enjoy your day as well. I have missed your contribution, Citizen Rollo. Happy to have you back. Thank you very much for calling and contributing. All right, let me check the social media before I go back to the landline. For some of our WhatsAppers, I did promise to get back to some of your comments yesterday from Talk the Things Thursday. And I will scroll and find that WhatsApp now is not the time to stick. I was in the process of scrolling and WhatsApp decided to freeze on me, so I will restart it in a moment. Let me just go back to the landline in the meantime. Good morning, caller. Good morning, caller. Buenos dias. All right, seem to have lost that call. Thank you very much, WhatsApp. Okay, so somebody on WhatsApp says, I agree with Citizen Rollo. Yesterday's Parliament sitting wasn't Parliament, was Senate. Yesterday's Senate sitting was an atrocity to the Grenada democracy. I do not like how Senator Steele talked to the opposition senators. It's like he is no respecter of persons. Hopefully, this will be a learning lesson for them all, and Senator Steele can adjust the way he speaks. All right, back to the landline. Good morning, call. Okay, Blossom. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, thank you.
All right, great. Go ahead.
Right to the point?
Yes, it is.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Two persons speaking at the same time?
No, you're hearing an echo, so turn the volume down on your TV or the radio.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
I'm calling about the School of Nursing. You know, everybody is trying to say now that they want staff to work and we don't have staff in the hospital. I brought up that at a meeting some time ago. Why is it that they closed down our nursing school when we should be training our nurses and have extra nurses to fit in, just as they had the Imani and training thousands? Why close down our nursing school? They could have had the nurses and pay them the same money that they pay in the Imani and keep them in the hospital so that now they would be able to use their services. But they closed down the nursing school, and when I brought it up at a meeting, some lady said that the government gave over the nursing school to SGU because SGU has done so much for Grenada. I really want to know what is it that they really did for Grenada. They are the ones who are receiving the big concessions, and when poor people go to clear a barrel, they have to pay for it. But they're getting all the concessions. And they closed down the nursing school, and how many persons could go to SGU to do nursing? If they don't have money, they don't get it free. So I wish that the government would think again and open the school school of nursing so that we could train nurses, quality nurses that we have had over the years, so that we would not have been in this scrape in which we are right now. It's time that we start thinking positively in Grenada. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you for your contribution. I appreciate your participation. Thank you very much. What's up really going on with you? Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom, and how are you today?
I'm great. How you do?
Yeah, well, fine for now, yeah?
All right.
But I want to say a couple things.
Go ahead.
Well, what I think, I did my own evaluation. I'm an elderly citizen. Since in the 50s in Grenada, if they have 2 bus accidents, there's a problem in the hospital. You look at the police force. The police force have 12 men, right? You look at the SSU, maybe roughly could be about 200 or 300. Grenada population is 110,000. I don't think we have 1,000 nurses in Grenada. We may have more doctors. We may have about 3,000 doctors or 2,000 doctors. So our people are supposed to start doing our own evaluation and start taking care of ourselves. What I am looking at, the nurse system, the nurses, it is overwhelmed. These people are overworking. The only thing I don't want it to happen, you know. But the only thing I'm looking for is to wake up one morning and to hear that the system, the whole health system collapse because they can't keep it up. So people must be careful. I go to some of these places. I tell them this and last year is different. My distance is not 6 feet. My distance is 8 and 10 feet now from someone. You go to the places like the stores where they're signing. They have one table there, 2 books, and a security. The 3 of them is there, 2 people signing, and the security there right in front of them. Not even they face together. Not even 2 feet away. All these things, we have to make our different adjustments. I went to the supermarket, and when I went there shopping, I met there was 2 guys putting things on the shelf, and they was asking people not to touch things. You know what you come for. Just take a look at what you're on, pick it up, and move. Because a lot of different people is touching. So last time I went to Hubbard, you know what I did? I went with my own bottle of sanitizer. I went to get some pipe fitting. I look on the shelf, the 3 shelves and the thing where I wanted them, and I spray the whole thing of fittings that I want, pick up my fittings and went out. We have to be very careful. This health system is going to collapse. They see one freezer come in and start boiling. We need 6 viruses, 7 viruses. We need 7 freezers to pack up in different places. Get ready. This is no more saying I want vaccine and who don't want vaccine and who don't take it. It's no more than that. We have to prepare for the worst right now. That is all we have to do. And people, there's no one I see. I walking on the street. People don't know what is 6 feet. Man, this variant is worse than 2020. In 2001 is different. We have to be very careful.
Thank you. Thank you very much, caller. There are still businesses that are lapsing in the protocols and regulations. Why I firmly believe the onus is on everybody to take responsibility. There are businesses that are not ensuring that people adhere to the rules and protocols. I went to one supermarket, that was Wednesday or Tuesday. And yes, there was a book and a pen there for you to put your contact information, but there was nobody ensuring that people actually did. And I saw 2 people enter the supermarket and did not put down their information. I went to another supermarket. They left the book and the hand sanitizer outside the doors, but there was nobody there to ensure that people did what they had to do. We're starting to lapse again. And even if it's saying, you know what, let me just relax. No, it's not time to relax. We had 232 cases, new cases yesterday. And you're still thinking, no, it's time to be lapsing with the protocols? I understand some of us are short-staffed and some of us may not be able to put all the measures in place, but there are some things that should take priority over others. That's just Blossom. Let me go to WhatsApp. All right. Somebody on WhatsApp says, Blossom, my friend and neighbor passed away last evening after spending a week in care at the COVID ward. It's hurting. I went to town this morning and our people still wearing masks under their chin, some no masks at all. My people yesterday, a few people left us from different sectors. COVID is not sparing anyone. Please protect others if you don't care about yourself. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, go right ahead.
Blossom, for the past 16 days, you have been saying that, so let me start over. For the past 16 days, you were saying certain things that is not correct.
Okay.
I'd like you to withdraw that.
Like which one?
You have been saying the 9th month is the best month in the year. That is totally untrue. It is correct. That's the most disastrous month in the year. If you think about Hurricane Janet, you think about Hurricane Ivan, or destroy Grenada. Blossom, the best month in the year is the 5th month.
Oh, God, sorry.
The 5th month in the year is the best month because it started a holiday. That's Labor Day, when you had the 4 parents had to fight. And then you have Corpus Christi, sometimes according to our carnival, I'm talking about the real carnival, leading up to Ash Wednesday. Then you might have Whit Monday. Plus, if you're a mother, Blossom, Mother's Day is in May, so that's the best month in the year. That's who brought forth our people in the world, all the people in the world, the mothers. So please, withdraw your statement.
I don't want to laugh. Thank you very much, caller.
Thank you.
Oh, great caller, I ain't gonna lie. My heart leaped in the beginning. I was like, Bon J, what a wrong thing I've been telling the people. Thanks for that laugh. It's been a heavy week. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I maintain. And there are 2 people on my WhatsApp that maintain the 9th month is the best month. Somebody said, caller, leave with 9th month. It's the best. No contest. It's still the best month of the year. But I would give it that one. May comes a close second, primarily because that's the month my mother was born. My whole hero, my whole love of my life, that's the month mommy was born. So it come a very close second. Not first, I don't try to trick me. Second, but call it thanks. Big up yourself. I appreciate you this morning. My heart leap and I say, lost Blossom and Dad. All right, let me go back by the landline. Good morning, caller. Good morning, how are you?
When you speak from a Christian perspective, you can say one month is better than the other, but it's purely from a Christian perspective. And I agree with you. You have to claim your month. And people must understand that sometimes you have to claim things. And this is what we don't do in Grenada. We don't claim anything. Okay.
Thank you very much, caller. I claim it. But just the other day was like, no hurricanes for September. We're doing good in 2021, and up comes COVID to solve the vibes. Oh, great. All right, let me get back to serious business. Caller, I like you, All right, let me go. Somebody on WhatsApp says, Madam Senator, but you ran away, so how can you fight back as an alley cat? Okay, it is true that in Grenada, people in management have the tendency to want to talk down to others and not listen. The bullying tactic is almost everywhere in management, even visible at PTA meetings when parents are spoken down to and no one says anything because we want to not be seen as disrespectful. It is a slavery mentality. Those who speak up are labeled as crazy. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom. How are you this morning?
Morning, I'm good. How you do?
So far, so good, thank God.
All right, amen.
My question is a few things I would like to bring forward. Like the last time we had this, in the very early uprising of this same sickness, the government has, I think on electricity bill, they had a layout for the people for about 2 months or something like that.
Wait, hold on. Say it again. The government
had a certain percentage of discount or something like that on the light bill.
Okay, right. Yes.
Okay, and now based on how this thing is going, this thing is like it's just like a wildfire. We don't know how this is going to
how long it's going to go for. And we could see a lot of places are being closed, and finance is going to be much more rough and tough upcoming for maybe, we don't know, for maybe another 6 months or so. So do they have any plan, anything like that upcoming to facilitate some of the bills? Because the bills come in, there's no stoppages on them. Yeah?
I understand. I haven't heard anything.
Yes, and so we need to see if the government has any, I don't look for no giveaways, but at the end of the day, everybody have a cash wrap. Yeah? So I look forward to this. And also that the government, as you know, they have facilitated the people who come from outside, like for 2 days or 3 days quarantine, fight the vaccination and all that was whatever took place for them, wherever they came from. But you still put our people, well, I don't want to use the word danger, but on extent in that way. Yeah? Because, yes, our economy may be based more on tourism and whatnot. But was it fair in a sense? Because we didn't have anything, so where does this whole thing started? It has to come from outside, because if you didn't have locally, then where did it came from? It can just drop from the air onto a person and then it spread it. Yeah?
Understood.
So
yeah.
I hope in the future, I hope they tighten up on that one as well. Also, all carnival like activities and all these things should be probably banned for a few years, well, because when you think it's gone, it's not gone. Yeah? When you think it's gone, it's not gone. No leniency should be shown to anybody. We know it's about for certain places, like it's business, but we know it is business, but you cannot take a human being life and put it at the risk when you talk about business, because they cannot pay for a human being. That is how I see it. Yeah?
Yes.
So we have all those things. I hope they put measures in place that even this thing is clear out in the next 6 months or whatever time it takes, you can't go back to where you was as things as normal. You still have to take all this precaution for quite some time well, and make sure it's out and out there. And once even it's not in Grenada and it's out of Grenada, but it's around us, so we still have to keep practicing the same thing. Yeah, so we just have to try to live a basic life. That is my point at the end of it. Yeah?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Blessed morning.
Thank you very much. You enjoy your morning as well and your weekend. All right, let me go by Facebook. Somebody says there are also people who have positive people in their house, and because they are not showing symptoms, they are going out and mingling with people. Another Facebooker says, I do not know what else we want to see to know something is out there, and some of us are losing loved ones. My loved one was not outside going up and down. She was confined to a home. That's the person that spoke about losing somebody in one of the homes. Good morning, caller.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
All right, I'm on the quiet side.
All right, stay quiet.
All due respect to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Where does a fish start to spoil?
Where does a
fish start to spoil?
From the head.
Right. We drain from the neighbor. The hole in the neighbor, you have a place in the belly, but it was called the neighbor. Right, it was drained from the. So what Mr. Steele is going on with the is no different, because the head of the fish is spoiling. So everything draining out. And who they on the food, when you drain on the counter, who they below, you go fall on the floor and then you're walking it, and then you fall. So everybody fall in the same thing. Right. Secondly, we input the COVID, and then we blame in jab, right? If you follow the BBC News, you will hear where they sue some country for the man that the COVID killed. You understand? This is what happened to Grenada. And I want Grenadians to understand that, follow the world news and the BBC News, and they will recognize what's going on in Grenada. They input it and bring it to us. And then they have to blame jab, right? The head of the fish bring it. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, caller, for your contribution. Let me go to WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, can you tell me if any of the Chinese nationals in Grenada are fully vaccinated? I don't know that, sir. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I was listening to Dr. Pantru this morning and everything he said was right. I am the strong person in the family. I said to my husband a couple days ago, although the U.S. has more COVID than Grenada, I feel a bit safer in the U.S. than in Grenada. He was happy to hear me say that because he knows my strength and I never talk about my fears, and his response was, I feel the same way. So we both know how each other feel about the current situation. I don't understand why there is only one pen to sign in. I think that there should be more than one pen containers with a constant cleaning of the pens. That's why I sanitize before and after touching the sign-in pens. I ain't taking chance. There was a time I used my own. African. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I went to the Grand Bras medical station to do a COVID test and there was no sanitizer when entering the building. It was disappointing, especially because there were so many people waiting to test that may have forgotten to walk with their own sanitizers. Blossom would have done an about turn and not go. Well, I usually walk with my own, but sometimes we have to not do things to save ourselves, if that makes sense. Let me read one more comment and then take the break. Somebody on WhatsApp says, some people are boasting that they are signing the wrong names in the log since they feel that their privacy is being evaded. An ID should be requested. I know people do that. Honestly, I'm not so caught up in right or wrong name. What I'm caught up in is right or wrong number. Because I can sign my name as, I don't know, Gertrude. But I will put my right number. Oh, then again, come to think of it, when they call and they say, hi, is this Gertrude? I may not remember. Okay. Business. I blocked him. I didn't give you permission. He went in the logbook and got my number and sent me information. Don't try to tie me up. That's not why I put my number there. So I've since blocked him and I no longer get that kind of information. But it's sticky out there, you know. It's sticky out there, especially for some of us ladies. I've seen people complaining about people taking their information and calling them. So I can understand why people are hesitant. But some people are doing it deliberately. Putting wrong information. They probably don't grasp the importance of putting the correct information as yet for some strange reason. It's 29.5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's take a quick break and then we're going to come back inside with more. It's Open Line Friday here on To The Point. We'll be right back.
This is a message from the Ministry of Health. If you or a family member suspect that you may have contracted COVID-19 and are displaying symptoms, please immediately self-isolate at home. This means that you must also avoid all contact with other members of your household. Do not visit hospitals or health centers, as this creates the potential for further spread of the virus, and it puts additional persons at risk when you come into contact with them. Your best course of action is to call the COVID-19 hotline at 458-4787 or 538-4787, or contact your nearest health center or medical station. Once your information has been received, health officials will come to you. Help prevent the spread of COVID-19. This has been a message from the Ministry of Health.
Need a quick, convenient way to pay your bills and avoid lines? Use the online banking feature from Republic Bank, First Caribbean, or Co-op Bank. Contact them today to set up your online banking and enjoy 24-hour convenience to make your bill payments. Stay safe. Grenlec, we are united even when we are apart.
Looking for that injection of vibes and energy, of course? Well, I've got just that. Hi, my name is Gary Mr. Smooth, and I'm inviting you to join me on the Hot Morning Show on Hot 98.5, 98.7 FM. Weekdays, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 in the morning. I've got a healthy dose of your favorite and most infectious hits sampled with information, news, laughter, and all the other ingredients that go into making the hottest morning show on the radio, The Morning Heat. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit us up on WhatsApp, 435-7517. We've got topics, we've got discussions, calls, voice notes, and so much more. But I can't tell you everything. You gotta tune in. The Hot Morning Show on Hot FM 98.5, 98.7 with yours truly, Gary, Mr. Smooth. Kaboom!
Welcome back to The Point, Open Line Friday here on the program, providing the platform for you to share anything that you'd like to. The landline number, once again, 435-2041. The WhatsApp number, it's also 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. So far, so good this morning. And you can continue to post your comments on Facebook and YouTube. Right back to the landline. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Miss Blossom.
Morning, Mr. Bido. How you do?
Well, just taking it easy. I just wake up.
What? Life nice. Go ahead.
Well, all right. Okay. Well, I'm going on Fine Point.
Mm-hmm.
But before I go on Fine Point, I'll tell you happy birthday to you next Saturday. And may God bless you. And I think that might be the second best birthday you will ever experience in your life. God. The last one you experienced it in the studio.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
this one I'll be home.
And children and song sing and everything, you know. And then that's just history. That never happened in classic radio with a journalist. Yes, you are the first.
Interesting. Okay, thanks.
Well, yeah, you are the first. So let us go back with the best month in the year. What I'm trying to say, don't make your heart get blip, right? My taste is not your taste, and your taste is not my taste, right? You prefer the September, the best month. Don't mind with Hurricane Janet and Hurricane Ivan and Hurricane Emily, and with the Trade Center 20 years ago, 2011. Let us just put that in the garbage, right? Put that in the garbage, and if for you, keep it, right? Well, with me, I born on New Year's Day, the 1st of January, and people say that the hardest month in the year. Right? People say die the hardest month in the year, but then for me, die the best month, because die the month I usually, get everything to suit me. While he hard for some people, he nice for me. So then, so then that's our life. We got to take life the way we get life, not the way we want it. If you want to success, take the worst and call it the best, and then be happy. Start to feel.
Amen.
Right? Okay. So then, before I leave again, I'll say happy birthday to you, and enjoy the best. And then again, everything happening on that day with the artists. Those artists, they're coming down?
Maybe.
Oh, well, yeah, sure.
I ain't sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Bido.
I finish it, but then with the press, for 2 days, that will continue. And the senator which talked yesterday, she talked with what's her name again? Just tell me.
Senator McQueen.
All right, well, next week Friday, I'll call back and finish what I have to say.
No problem.
So take it easy.
You too, take it easy.
All right, okay. God bless you all the days of your life.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Same to you.
Yes, thanks.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Bido, for the blessings and the advanced birthday greetings. All right, let me go to YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube for the morning. Somebody on YouTube says... Okay, hold on. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, we need to be more positive with our thoughts and thinking. We are in a critical situation in our lives at present. Let us give God thanks and praise for our many blessings that are bestowed upon us daily. Also, may the Lord continue to guide and strengthen the families of the departed. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, in the last 3 to 4 years, government closed down the school in Grenville Vale. A whole building is there. Why not refurbish it for the COVID quarantine hospital? Just a thought. But we need a separate place, not the general hospital, to house COVID patients. Another WhatsApper says, that's why they need to lock down the country, even if it's a week. Once people have place to go, they will get moving. That's why I'm in two minds about having testing and vaccination sites taking place over no movement weekend. That's an excuse for me to leave home. So hopefully, well, then again, this is the only one left. All right, let me see. Calls. No, so somebody on WhatsApp says, January starts the year, it holds New Year's Day, therefore it is the best month. Everybody will say the month is the best. Only volley. We all know which month it is, so I'm gonna leave y'all. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Blossom.
Morning, how you doing?
Morning. Good, very good.
Good to know.
Yeah, I'm always good. I mean, maybe I might be a little bit down at the time in terms of being satisfied, but I'm always okay.
Okay, fair. Go ahead.
Spirit, that is. Good morning to your listeners and viewers. I always have to respect the listeners and viewers. Now, last night, some very good suggestion came forward in terms of possible isolation centers. It's interesting that how much ideas people have, and if we really include our people or seek out, ideas from our people, how they will come so freely rather than organizing those tribal sessions that you don't get much out of it. Now, somebody in Barbados told me yesterday that they read in the papers that Grenadians are turning up to the hospital just when the virus has overcome them. The government needs to clarify that because, there are people who have gone to the system, got tests, and waited for further instruction. And some after 2 weeks, no contact with them. So it's unfair to paint a picture that Grenadians are turning up just when they're overwhelmed by the system. Now, coming out of that conversation last night was the issue of the psychological effect. There's a situation that happened earlier in the week in the south of the island that frightened some neighbors. What happened is that this woman went and got tested. She was informed that she and her daughter was positive without any kind of paper, any kind of verification. By Monday afternoon, the woman died. The thing that frightened the neighbors more is how the ending took place, because they expected a doctor to come and pronounce the woman dead. What came was the undertaker, and that is frightening, because what if the woman went into a coma? What if it's something else that is not probably that bringing COVID influence, but not solely COVID? We need to be mindful that people are human beings, no matter what. Finally, I'm not going to continue. By the way, Gossam, when I mentioned about apartheid the other day when your guest was on, what I said was food apartheid, because that have an impact on even how we survive in this COVID time. Okay, finally, let me ask people that to join Friends of the Earth on Tuesday from 7 to 9 via Zoom or Facebook to discuss climate change, food security, and government and governance with Dr. Guido Marshall, Senator Roderick Sinclair, Dr. Colin Gilchrist, Dr. Lindona Glasgow, and a friend from Dominique from the Caribbean or the Kalinago community from Dominica. Please join us either by Zoom or by Facebook page. Okay. Let me give you one number if people want to get in on it. The number is 416-1247.
All right.
416-1247.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, let me go to YouTube, a long one on YouTube. Somebody says, no vaccine could eradicate the flu. They are calling this a pandemic of the vaccinated when in reality is the pandemic of the obese. Most of the underlying conditions are also caused by obesity. The vaccine rollout was botched by politics. There are vaccines that have killed viruses that are similar to what we took as children, but they never emphasized this. Instead of proper education, they resorted to going on a power trip. If they emphasized more traditional methods, vaccines, people would have been more willing. This is the government's fault. All right, let me go back to Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, I think someone or a number of people should be there at business places taking the info from your ID. You change pen or pencils, but the book is the same, you're still touching. Even someone who leave the sanitizer and everyone touching. If someone is not there to spray it, it should be automatic dispenser, not everyone touching. I spray both hands. I make sure it's wet. Let me put it that way. The hand touching the sanitizers, I make sure it's still wet by the time I put it down, that the sanitizers will still be able to get rid of the germs. Sometimes we take one spray and we dally out. I want it dripping when I had to touch your bottle. Passionate, sorry. Let's go. Not YouTube. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, let one of your previous callers know that 4 more containers are on the island. There is an urgent plea for those who are not vaccinated to please know your status and get vaxxed. Give yourself at least a fighting chance. This is not business as usual. Let's be responsible and accountable. Stop feeding on the negative energy. And yes, ban Carnival and outlaw Juve. I think that's Juve, period. All right, no call, so let me go back on WhatsApp. Somebody says, people must not deceive the underprivileged by greed, deceit, all for power and authority, but these are temporary for a time. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Blossom.
Hi.
You know, this is a terrible time for Grenada. Now, I am in Grenada when Janet passed. I am here. And Father Blossom, the thing is that we are not keeping up with the time, because you see, in the time of Janet, there wasn't money in Grenada, but there was food in the ground. And we wasn't importing things like now. All the people, my father, my grandfather, everybody in the area used to have much food that we haven't to cry. So we cry now because we stopped working land, because I'm an old man now, I cannot go anymore. So, Blossom, this thing is not about what? Because, Blossom, you know, they say they import the COVID here. It wouldn't be a lie to say they imported, because the reason why we was crying to bring back home the native into the land, bring back our relative that is abroad, and they come back. We had to bring them back, and we don't know what baggage they come with. And when the baggage come here, everybody going to go and hug up the relative, because they want to see them and they want to be with them. So, Blossom, all that, there's saying that the government shouldn't open, but they must open, because we want back with people, because otherwise all them people on the tourist ship would have gone astray and wayward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, caller. All right, somebody on Facebook says skinny people are dying from COVID also, so it's not just the overweight. YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says, I witnessed 4 SGU students walk around without masks, entered a food produce place, no sanitizer, walked around the store, no one told them to put their mask on, no one told them to sanitize. One of them walked out eating ice cream, coughed in her hand, and walked back in the store holding the door with the hand she coughed in, and still no one asked them to sanitize. They proceeding to open bags of snacks and eat in the store. Still, no one asked them to follow the protocols. My question is, YouTuber, did you? Yes, I agree. It's the business owner's responsibility, but sometimes we had to take in front. Because had it been me, I would have said, girl, set up yourself right. I would have maybe gone to the manager if I don't want to go to them directly. But sometimes we watch things happen and we shake our heads or we don't say anything and we quarrel when we reach home. Sometimes we had to take matters in our own hands because Blossom would have spoken up. WhatsApp. Somebody says, I have seen individuals signing in the book without sanitizing their hands. Some places run out of sanitizer. How could you sanitize before taking up the pen? Having 2 cups clean and dirty helps cut down on the spread of COVID. Still on WhatsApp, very depressing to listen to some foolishness from people who need more education. Why waste time on foolish nonsense? Grenada needs more constructive conversations. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Blossom, and to all your followers.
Morning.
Well, the numbers are growing. They are worrying. But I'm getting an echo. I don't know where I'm getting this echo from. Just a moment, please.
I'm not sure either. I'm not hearing one from here.
Hopefully it's better now. No, it's still echoing. Not from me. But I'm not sure where. But, the thing is that the figures that are being put out by the ministry on the dashboard, they are very, very confusing. Every other country you look at, the numbers are very simple to follow. You have persons who are partly vaccinated and people who are fully vaccinated. However, in Grenada, they're telling us that those who are fully vaccinated are a part of those who are partly vaccinated. I've never heard something so in my life. So you told me you have 30,000 who have 1 dose, 20,000 with both doses. But the 20,000 are part of the 30,000. What kind of bunkum is this? So in actual fact, the 2 numbers should be added. Those who have 2 doses cannot be a part of those who have 1 dose. Blossom, if you're doing a course and you finish part 1 and you go on to part 2, right? You're not a part of part 1 anymore. You've graduated. But people ain't graduating from 1 dose here. They're always on the dose with 1 dose. So in actual fact, if we have 20,000 fully vaccinated and 30,000 who are partially vaccinated, it means that we have 50,000 persons who have had at least 1 dose. But they're saying to us, no, that's not what it is. It's only 30,000. I know we got a number of the Pfizer some weeks ago. And probably people are only now beginning to get a second dose of Pfizer. But I would like to know how many doses they have already given off. If we only have 10,000 who have 1 dose, that's what they're saying, They have to take away the 20 from the 30. Please, every other country you go, every other dashboard you go is simple to follow. Ours is confusing. Secondly, the minister said, the CEO, CMO, he said that we have a 30% positivity. I hope this is not true. I hope it's an error. Because if you have 30% positivity, it means we have 30,000 cases in Grenada. Now, Blossom, if you go to the prison and you ask among the convicts, how many of you have stolen in your lifetime? You may get about 99% of them saying, yes, I've stolen. Because they're convicts. You expect to have a high rate of stealing among convicts in the prison. Would you come back out and say that 99% of all Grenadians are thieves? No, you went to a place where there's a select sample where you are likely to get that result. So if you contact trace people who are likely positives, and out of those you test from those who have been tracked down, you get a 30%. You cannot extrapolate that over the whole population. I really hope that he is wrong. I really hope. I hope it's a mistake. But I find if it's a mistake, there are just too many mistakes with the figures, and it's confusing. If you know how many people are vaccinated, then you know how many are not. and you can focus on those who are not. If you know the demographics, you know if it's the younger ones who are not, and you can develop a program to reach the younger ones. When you have confusing figures, nobody knows where we are. And that's, to me, that is part of the problem right now moving forward. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. You enjoy your day as well and have a great weekend. All right, let me see. YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says the government of Grenada failed the people because we had 16 months to prepare. Now we're in panic mode because of a few deaths. Former political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Franca Alexis Bernardine, told government to find a building in case of an outbreak. Now we're in panic. Don't ever know what to do. Let me see. Facebook. Somebody on Facebook says, or somebody asks, how do we know who is a SGU student? Dwayne, I saw your message on Facebook, and I'll answer it in a short while. Somebody else on Facebook says, I feel the authorities should pay attention to another radio host for his behavior on his platform and especially the safety for his daughter. I understand he's looking for power and will do or say anything to bring the Prime Minister and the government down. But his behavior has me worried for the child, which could have a mental health strain on the child. Please have someone visit him as a concerned citizen. Lord. Somebody else on WhatsApp. We all know we have to sign in to whatever business places we go. We need to walk with our own pen and, if possible, a small hand sanitizer. Is that so hard to do? All right, I think I only have time for one more comment. Somebody on WhatsApp says, that is what they call community spread. The second policeman, I knew him. My sympathy goes out to his mom and dad and the rest of the family. Final part of the last days, drink tree of life. I just heard, okay, hold on, a lot of things going on here. COVID salt in everything. Why use the real quarantine point? Sorry, WhatsApp, but it's different things in that post. I can't keep up. All right, and finally, somebody on not WhatsApp, Facebook asked, why get vaccinated when this virus is a different strain and the vaccine was made for the first strain? According to studies done, the vaccines are effective against the other strains, including the Alpha strain, the Delta strain. I don't think they've done a research on the new strain. What is it again, Bunchy? The Mu strain. But they have done research. AstraZeneca is effective against the other strains, as is the Pfizer. So they work. They may differ in their transmissibility, but their base is still the same, which is part of the reason why the vaccines still work on the different strains. So it's not just because the vaccine was built for early COVID means it only works on early COVID. It works on most of the other strains according to research done. So hopefully that answers your question, Dwayne. And that would bring us to the end of Open Line here on To The Point. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Thank you for participating. I always appreciate your listenership, your viewership. Thank you for your time and your company. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Remember, it's another No Movement weekend in just about 7 hours. Outside Lock. No Movement weekend starts from 5 p.m. and goes until 5 a.m. on Monday. So those of you who need to stock up on whatever you need to stock up on for the weekend, do that. I saw a lot of vehicles in gas stations last week, and the first thing that came to mind is, we filling up to go where? But if that's what you want to do and prepare for Monday, please a lot, then so be it. Vaccination drives Testing and vaccination sites are being set up. There is one at the Frequente Industrial Park playing field from 12 noon to 3 p.m. They're in Latant Junction over the weekend. They are in P.T. Martinique today as well. They are in the St. Paul's Community Center over the weekend. You can just verify, just scroll on social media or ask someone to scroll for you, and you'll definitely bounce up on some of the posters advising of where you can go get tested. All right, so that's the end of the program this morning. Please continue to be safe. I was going to tell you if you don't have to be outside, stay home, but you should be home anyways, lockdown. Please, when you go about your day to day to gather whatever you need to gather, masks, wash your hands using soap and water. If they're not readily available, hand sanitizers. Hand sanitizers are available and cheap. There are some little bottles for, some people have it for $3 to $5. Some people have it for $7, whatever it is. If you want to walk with your own spray bottle like my husband, do that. Protect yourselves. The thing coconius. Let me see if I can find the latest COVID-19 dashboard from last night to remind you of what we're up against. There are currently 2,306 active cases, with the addition of 232 new cases as of 10:30 p.m. last night. We recorded 3 additional deaths over the past 24 hours, bringing the total to 46. 55 people are currently hospitalized. The total recovery since March 2020 is 910. That's the positive side that people are looking at. The amount of recoveries have been recorded daily. They're not so much looking at that because they want to stay positive. I don't blame them at all. Whatever you're doing, stay safe. Have yourselves a blessed weekend. Spend some quality family time. You'll all be locked up home anyway. So, family time this weekend. Bye-bye. I'm out. Mid-Morning Buzz is up next with GT. Have a good one.